Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. It is Tuesday, July 11th, 2017. Beautiful day. My wife and I may take a little drive just to see what's happening in the area. We've been cooped up in the house for the last couple of days. So time to get out and enjoy the weather, which by the way is not too hot today. I have been looking at a couple of the free image sites that are available out there on the net. And I'm always curious as to what people are uploading. And here is a nice image of a building that obviously looks abandoned, totally dilapidated, broken glass on all of the doors. Plywood is totally peeling off, the paint completely coming off. And it looks great. This is a perfect example of what should not be rendered in full color. This screams to be a grungy monochrome print. And let me give you a close-up shot of it. I printed these on the Pro 1, by the way. And it has a total, complete range of tonality. I can see shadows even in the deepest part of the door entrance area, the brightest part of that glass, and so on. Very nice. I like to print this a little bit larger. The person who uploaded it had a huge black margin, and I went ahead and trimmed that off because they really didn't help the situation. And he did vignette a bit around the edges, and that does help to bring your attention toward the center of the image. Again, this is very nice, very nice. This is going to be a bit of a critique, but not too harsh. Here's some shots of some trees down a road, snow day apparently, and it looks like the snow is warming up a little bit as it has lifted into a total bank of what looks like fog, mist. Just a few yards down the road you can barely see the trees. But even something this drab, you can actually improve it by making sure that you have a near white point and a near black point. And Q image is an automatic thing. You just click on the exposure tab on the editing part of it. And how to get there is you just basically double click the image and it will bring you into the editing section of Q image ultimate. So this will set a 0.5 above black and a 0.5 below white, I should say. A little bit confusing. But anyway, you get an almost white and an almost black. And this helps what would have been a super drab looking image. Even though it is now a little bit more punchy, you can still get the feeling of that mist and the way it affects the distance down that road. Would I have improved this a little bit maybe? Yeah, I would have probably moved the camera to include more of the trees on this side. But that is just personal. Other than that, it really conveys what the day was like during that particular shoot. Here's a typical, pretty generic, cliche reflection type shot. Problem is, it's hard to tell where the reflection begins and where the real trees, come out of the water. It's just too much detail, too many trees, and it's a little bit confusing. Other than that, very well done, beautifully rendered. Again, it's just a little bit confusing. I would have preferred more of an open type bank to this, whatever this is, a river, maybe it's a flooded river or whatever. But yeah, it is just too much. It's just too much. Other than that, it's very nice. If you're going to do something like this and you want to make it square to get that old twinless reflex look or Hasselblad look, make it square completely. This is not completely square. It's a little bit rectangular still. Here's a typical nice shot of a field. And this is prime type situation. You have a lone tree. Remember my love of trees. Christine, are you listening? I hope you like this one. And a gorgeous sky, which you can play with whatever system you want to play with. In the old black and white days, a film would just pop on a red filter onto your lens or a yellow filter to accentuate the difference between the blues of the sky and the neutral tones of the clouds, and that would bring in that level of contrast in the sky. Beautiful. Is this crooked? No, it's a sloping horizon. This is not the ocean, so no worries about that. I always worry about the level condition of the images. In this case, it's just land. Land can slope. And there is that tree. 1, 2, 1, 2. Rule of thirds almost. Well, you know, again, I'm not a purist about that, but this is beautifully done. Maybe I would have included more sky. You know, I could crop that, make it more of a panorama look, and I may do that. I may go ahead and print that in that manner. But anyway, that's it. Beautiful. I love this type of thing. If there were more trees, then this would not have worked. That lone tree by itself, just crying, come see me, touch me, give me a hug. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. All right, that is it. Really a quickie here. It doesn't get quicker than this. We have lots of videos coming up. I have a list full of topics that I need to cover. And some of them are going to be a little bit controversial. Some of them are going to be a lot of fun. And some of them, hopefully, will be a bit educational even. Can you believe it? All right, thank you once again. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like as always. Happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.